Hello everyone, my name is Kitanjali Singh and I'm currently interning at Lexis and Company. For today's videos, in the previous video we discussed about sedition and the history of sedition. Now we'll talk about the first ever case of sedition in India. The first case was during the year of 1892, which was the case of Queen versus Joginder Chandar Bose, ILR 1892 of Calcutta, where the defendant was the editor of Bengali newspaper who had published an article which had the capability of spreading disaffection and disapprobation against the authority of the state. It was held that if a person uses either spoken or written words calculated to create in the minds of the persons to whom they are addressed a disposition not to obey the lawful authority of the government or to subvert or resist the authority if and when occasion should arise, and if he does not with the intention of creating such a disposition in his hearers of readers, he will be guilty of the offence of attempting to excite disaffection within the meaning of the section 124A of IPC, that is sedition, through no disturbance is brought about by his words or any feeling disaffection in fact produced by them. It is sufficient for the purpose of section that the words used are calculated to excite feelings or of ill will against the government and to hold it up the hatred and contempt of the people, and that they were used with the intention to create that feeling. W. Petheram CJ had also stated that important question while determining a case of sedition, that it must be addressed in that have such words spoken, written or orally to create a feeling of disaffection and disapprobation in the minds of the readers, so that they have the ill will feeling against the authority or against whom that statement has been made, or to create such feeling by their circulation. The defendant was not found guilty and released on bail, and all sedition charges against were him dropped. This case for the first time differentiated between two terms, that is disaffection and disapprobation. In another noteworthy case where the two terms disapprobation and disaffection were changed effectively in the case of Queen Empress versus Ramchandra Narayan and Amba Prasad, have time and again interpreted the terms, that is disaffection and disapprobation. The term disaffection does not inevitably means the opposition of affection, whereas on the other hand it could also mean the absenteeism of affection or creating a feeling of constructive abomination towards the government. However, in the case of Nirendu Dutt Majumdar versus King Emperor, the federal court overturned the lower court's conviction of Dutt Majumdar. It was held that the mere presence of violent words does not make a speech or publication seditious. Rather, the acts or the words complained of must either incite to disorder or must be such as satisfy reasonable men that there is the intention or tendency to do so, and to curb the feeling of ill will in that. In today's time, as rightly said by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana, that this colonial law was meant to suppress the freedom of movement. The same law was used by British to silence Mahatma Gandhi ji, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, etc. Still, is it necessary after 75 years of independence? Sedition is an offence against the state and any act which topples the efforts of state as a whole, and is liable to be punished provided that such act do not fall under restrictive umbrella of Article 19 subclause 2. Section 124A has been abused and misused widely since the immemorial, and the law implementing the authority has time again and again to overlook the ever-shining our fundamental right, Article 19(1)A of the Indian Constitution, to suppress our freedom of speech and expression. It is obvious that the conviction of offence on sedition would vary from case to case. However, there needs to be a mechanism that filter out the false or made out cases to curb and suppress the voices of our common people. There is urgent need to re-examine the need for this undemocratic law in the world's largest democracy. What was once an instrument of British colonialism to suppress the freedom struggle cannot be retained by the state to silence the voices of its people. India is a democratic country and it cannot be used to suppress and silence the democracy of India. Recently, on 25th July 2021, Justice Deepak Gupta has said that the time has come that sedition Section 124A of IPC be held unconstitutional. The former Supreme Court judge was speaking at a webinar, that is discussion on democracy, dissent and draconian law. Should UPA sedition have a place in our statute books or not? In the lights of this, CJI Ramana said oral observation asking the centre if it's still necessary to continue sedition law, which was used by British to suppress the freedom of movement. Justice Gupta expressed that the hope when the matter challenging the constitutionality of the provision is finally heard by court, it will be struck down. The right to question the government is the main essence of democracy. I may not agree with you, but we can politely agree to disagree with each other. Sedition is the anathema in democracy where every citizen has the right to question the government. It was introduced by colonial power and the intention was different. But they had said that if anything bring about the hatred or contempt of incite disaffection against the government. Mahatma Gandhi had said affection cannot be manufactured by law. That if I have no affection for the system or any person, I should have right to express this, so long as it does not incite violence. But unfortunately, till a few years before the independence, the view taken was that anything that you say is sedition if it is disaffection. The judgment holding that it will be sedition only if there is violence was overturned by the Privacy Council, discussed by the judge. Deepak Gupta indicated how finally the Supreme Court Constitution bench in 1962 in Kedarnath case gave a clear definition of what sedition is, and that there must be an incitement to the violence and public disorder. Otherwise, you are taking part in farmers' protest like Disha Ravi will not amount to sedition, he remarked. 22-year-old climate activist Disha Ravi was arrested by Delhi police in the farmers' protest toolkit case. He further stated that the clarification may come and go, but police will keep misusing the law. If they can still lodge hundreds and thousands of FIR under Section 66A of IT Act despite it being struck down long time ago by Supreme Court in the case of Shreya Singhal case as violative of free speech, in his view, the only reason Section 124A was held constitutional in Kedarnath case was by putting it in the straitjacket of the incitement of violence. Today, you may have many laws dealing with incitement of violence, including UPA Act. In 70s, Mrs. Indira Gandhi made the law that is cognizable offence. During pre-independence days, it was non-cognizable. You have made it harder and harsher. My personal views is that so far as the law of sedition is concerned, there is no case whatsoever for retaining in this country. This law should be shown to the door as soon as possible, asserted the judge. The common law of sedition has been misused vicariously by the government to suppress the voices of our Indian citizens. The democracy have been affected, and we should struck down it as soon as possible. Our Honorable Supreme Court have been saying this, and the hinting of this have been made in the news very clearly. That was all. Thank you.